chance
Go,
to see
Vika,
him in
go.
action.
Go,
Just
Vika,
shouting
go.
at the moment that they find those eliminations. Love to see that kind of cheer forward. As Reet and Ritual, they're going to depend on each other here, trying to power through the likes of
Oh, you did get the
Toyota
clean
and
name, man. You got the
Evoli,
just
but
Nautica
Ritual,
on Twitch.
he's
Hell
lost
yeah.
his shield entirely, has more than enough to recover, though. But what he needs is for Reet to continue to buy him time. So much pressure.
Oh, I wonder if these guys know they're fighting King Reet. Reet is still the king of Asia because of how much he used to dominate that region in Cash Cups. Esports World Cup was hilarious. All the Asia players were like worshipping Reet for basically stealing their money for a whole year.
So far, as I'm looking at the standings on the side, but things are starting to get updated here. I'm seeing teams fall.
I love the Asia players, man. You think they'd be annoyed and like disrespectful towards someone from another region, like winning their Cash Cups, but they love him. They worship him.
In the distance, you have Zagu. Up close, you have Bobby getting closer and closer. So it's almost like Reet and Ritual are just getting surrounded by this entire region here.
And it's not just Asia either. If I'm not mistaken, it looked like Bugha and Aviv are also kind of moseying their way over towards this action taking place by the weapon bunker. But Reet shredding through Mipoli's shield. Not enough to crack him just yet, but still forcing him back. It's clear that Reet and Ritual just want box control, take over the space overlying that bunker so they can make sure that they defend it with their own builds.
Oh, Kyoto and Mipoli trying to
break between match 3 and 4. They might make it shorter because of all the issues they had at the start of the show. We'll see.
Trying to do the same there.
It's normally about half an hour.
On the other side, though, high ground here for Center Zone. Looking for any teams off in the distance. Chicho and Trulix. The surprise pop-up in that end game last round really showing up for themselves there. Team Falcon and Valiant.
If he hits
proud of that one.
If he hits someone from right there, man.
Oh, damn, son.
We understand.
Now we know why Chicho and Trulix run the surge bases. Jeez.
References for a reason, but still, I don't expect Chicho and Trulix to leave this position anytime soon. This is their bread and butter. Surge base up, take control of teams that are
no scope too
rotating from those outskirt positions on their drops, and just funnel control the way that they're actually moving on.
Wait, which Rise is this? Which Rise is that? Is that Aegis Rise? That's Aegis Rise, right? No, that's Yuma Rise. It's Asia Rise.
Once again, opening things up for a second there.
Is it Aegis Rise or Asia Rise?
So far, that Asian team has put up quite the performance, right? Representing for their region. That's really
sorry, is it Middle East Rise or is it Asia Rise?
Here to get the best players from every region globally
I'm kidding, I know.
in one space to compete against each other. What a flagship event here, but on the other side, Vico and Flixie continuing the story here. They have the bunker now.
Oh, that's rough after being first, right? Human Rise struggling a bit. They're dropping down.
But there is another team starting to approach their
Why don't other players chop out the surge bases? If you try to shoot it, they just shoot you back and you die. Or you get farmed for surge.
Stopping or recognizing the fact even that there's a duo still lingering inside of this weapons bunker.
Oh, here we go. Tap and TD fighting.
Dealing with the likes of Baka.
They need to win these fights. This is how they get their surge.
Restored reels, and this could be a rather dangerous.
Bro, Huddy and Kovacs in 8th is awesome.
They've got a surge base nearby as well. They could look for prime.
Cooper can add 4 points. Yikes. I told you I just had a bad feeling about him, man. I've been wrong about a few of my predictions here, but for some reason I just... I don't know, man.
That low ground terrain is going to be a lot
I think I just wanted to see Muzz and Reet do really well. I probably shouldn't have been as confident with them in my top 10, but...
themselves. 28 builds is nothing for a player like Baka, especially in this type of lobby. He really has to start to, piecemeal something together, or their end game is it's gonna crumble.
She puts a lot of effort, Aristotle. I love Taco's casting. I think she's fantastic.
Landing by the ship at station,
she clearly puts in a lot of
their
prep for
intent
this.
is to try and make a play for one of the forecast towers. We've seen them throughout the majors in the regular seasons, right? And they've tried to consistently make plays.
What is this skin? What is this? He's got the Batman on the back bling. He's got the Batman on the
Pars as well to just maintain their map position. Because
love the branding, VV. Let's go.
Them, looking to cut them off at every position.
Although it's only game 3,
that is a mongrel fit if I've ever seen it.
What's going on with Batman, Bugha, and Rapid there? As they haven't quite really popped off up to the expectations, but hold up, Rift Island now officially secured by Baka and Pars. This is honestly a very, very good pickup here if they, of course, can get the loot. But
oh no!
elimination would be even better.
Let's go, Barca.
Gets hurt in the process.
Don't worry, Chap's got the corner though. He's chilling.
High position here in defense for his teammate. Singles out Baka. Baka down to just wood builds. They need to get some of the outskirts here. And already Chapentini secure the center of course, what will be the
Pollo and Peter Butter down here as well.
Go ahead and spawn out of that.
I'm feeling a Peter Butter Pollo win this game or next game. I'm not going to lie. Ooh, Veno clicks deep in Storm.
They need to try and rebuild their material count. Granted, Rift Island can definitely provide, at the very least, ample amounts of bricks, but that's only if they're not disturbed in the process. And it seemed as if there are a couple more duos trying to make their way towards top of the Rift Island. Veno clicks also still hanging out inside of the Storm. Comes as no surprise, though, really, when you consider the fact they like to stick in the Storm a little bit longer than some of these other teams. They're usually pretty consistent about getting those surge tag damages, but they can also be very dependent on the vending machine.
Yeah, chat, that's how Surge works. Don't pay attention to Surge when it first pops up. It's always wrong, and then it fixes itself.
Vending machine makes a massive difference.
You know, if they were 300 below, they'd be terrible.
As well, as far as having the heals to string together a strategy like this. Cammy and Seti clearly have a stronghold on their area. They're playing deep into the Storm.
Wonder if South zones will mean anything different for these teams that are struggling a bit here at the South.
No stranger to staying in the Storm on these invitationals, on these LAN events, right? Like, we've seen it happen every single time.
Malibu and Mustache doing pretty well.
Welcome the
Looks like if they take down Alex DeWood, they're looking very good.
Other opponents there.
Cammy and Seti, they were probably cheesing the moment that they found out the hover jets wouldn't be an option for players, because everyone knows historically
80 alive, and we're on 4th zone.
Well, if not possibly
about to be 5th zone.
No mobility or low
dude,
metas. So
this is stacked.
No surprise, really. They were able to find.
Oh my God, this is stacked.
Damage. A little bit to work with at least. That's our rotations, but Malabuka Mustache, jam-packed action potentially here at Restored Reels. Find some decent shots. But more important,
Casper and Prism getting surprise con by OC is pretty brutal.
Heavy pressure. Those Storm Surge tags trickling in now might cost them all their splashes.
82 below. Pressure starting to rise here. Giannis gets pushed in, drops down to low ground. Just letting the Storm Surge kind of do its thing here for now. But Casper doesn't stop. He eggs on solo here into the wall of Pixie and Giannis. We've seen what happened to duos before. It normally doesn't end well. Malabuka and Mustache also lurking nearby, hearing what's happening here.
Damn, so many teams around here, man.
And again,
this Surge is just brutal. Yo, what's up, Cookie? Welcome in, homie.
25 a tick. Not to mention the other teams taking notes, shooting at you as well. Shield crack has gone out. That might be the go sign here for Giannis and Pixie. They recognize the fact, though, this duo looks
Muzz gets a kill.
Desperate for him. Mustache, Malabuka instead gonna strike from behind. Casper, Prism, they were so fixated on Giannis and Pixie, they had no idea the real threat that awaited directly behind them.
Yeah, now Mustache and Malabuka.
Oh, Vico Flixie here too.
So much damage. The refresh is there. They're going to be fully focused in on.
I wish they had an overall Surge leaderboard you could look at. It'd be so helpful.
Storm here shortly.
Peterbot takes down Cammy. Cammy said he had been caught in Storm then, or just on their way in.
Very much aware, but wait a second. Pixie knocks on the wrong door. This is a full duo. Little did he know. He was
Mustache is locked in, man. Look at that face.
Of the other team that
my man is dialed in.
Falls for being out of position now. Mustache and Malabuka really racking up the eliminations this game.
Oh, Cooper goes down, bro. Cooper Kanata are struggling.
They were able to separate Giannis and Pixie in that moment.
Veno clicks though in the feed. Let's go.
Definitely still trying to do what he can, but yeah, that is just some very tactical play.
Clicks and Veno both get kills. That's big.
And Mustache. Their chemistry definitely aligned. Pixie still trying to do what he can, but Malabuka and Mustache, they know it's a solo hidden somewhere amongst the rubble of these pre-existing builds. Pixie trying to hope that he can maintain a little bit better position, but he's just getting shredded. The builds are not going to withstand all the shots.
5 elims. Mustache has 4 of them. This is the one game the Mustache and Malabuka have been able to get all the loot at the POI, and it is working.
Take their sweet time now on the rotates.
And you see it from Mustache's perspective onto Casper. Say, huge shot there in the replay.
Wait, Cooper got a kill? I thought Cooper died. Wait, am I stupid? I thought Cooper died to Threat. Did I misread that? I must have misread it.
They have nothing to worry about other than get to Storm now. For Veno and Clicks, a little bit of a different story here. still a successful game nonetheless. 2 elims.
I think you guys are
Plenty
seeing
of
the
material to
bug
work
where it
with, especially when he
replays
puts his
the kill
reservoir
feed
here.
from earlier.
However,
Yeah,
the damage
that
will
bug's been a
start
thing
to
for a
become
long
problem
time.
soon, but talk about problems here. Kanata's
Yeah,
got
no,
a big
Cooper
one. He's
definitely
got
died to Trashy,
Texas
unfortunately.
Trashy on the other side of the wall, and no teammate. Cooper, who is the returning champion from last year, paired up with Kanata right now, is now found himself watching Kanata having to root from the sidelines.
Oh, Viv's on the board. There we
Yeah,
go.
I
Viv
mean,
and
the
Booga might be
shipping
having to
station
pop off
has
this
just
game. They
been
kind of need to soon.
skeletonized at this point.
Damn, Acorn's holding it down for the
Walls
Dig Boys right now.
practically
Jeez.
torn down. Other player Bill's replacing
We
them,
are
but
struggling.
Kanata has done a decent job, at least at forcing Trashy back. And in fact, Trashy so low, Kanata not going to be able to get the outright elimination just yet, but he's hunting it down. Trashy just hoping that he can buy himself a little bit more time, and Kanata's got to be careful, because Queasy and Thomas, they're also nearby.
We already know Queasy and Thomas have
Oh.
the confidence.
Oh, Aegis and Rise are looking like they're struggling too.
Side, though, it's Aegis and Rise who are
Kanata
on the
wins
move
that
right
fight.
now. Rise going to be the first to fall in this exchange here to the hands of Bolt. It seems Bolts and Bryce to get the elimination credit here. And Bolt and Bryce are holding on just barely. And Bryce willing to stay in the storm. He needs these materials, trying to pick up what he can here to go and get himself a foundation to work with.
Nico and Flixie looking pretty
And
healthy.
this is a
Acorn and Cold looking very
congested
healthy.
side of the storm. Look at how many teams, how many players
There's Muzz and Whale, come
are
on.
sitting around this general area.
Bryce scores a lot of builds, but he needs to get out of here.
Northeast-based teams as well. And Bryce, at least with that refresh on the
So
material count,
many
he's gonna
teams.
be
Look how
able
congested it
to
is.
At least dictate
Jeez,
which direction
that's
he
bad.
wants to head next.
This is
Might be
rough
able
and
to
no
protect himself
mobility.
on the disengage as well. Agers, though, might not find himself in a similar fashion. Still, the armored wall will at least prompt a forcible disengage for the time being. Everyone recognizing the fact they've got to scale over this hillside as they approach the raft.
Well, time to make a decision.
Ooh.
Agers goes for the fight. And
Whale
now
and
he's in
Muzz
the
still
storm,
getting
but a
active.
Tag is going to set him off here. The clock is ticking here. Just a couple moments left, and he jumps onto Muzz. Epic
the
Whale
pickaxe.
tries to go for the axe.
He
through
dunks
the wall,
Muzz on the
but
head.
Instead, delivers the loot to the hands of Muzz and
Acorn
Epic
and Cold
Whale,
are making a
really
late
needed that,
rotate, but
the
they're looking
Storm
pretty
ends up
healthy.
doing the rest there
Oh,
on this
no.
back edge. And it's just one problem after another now since match 1 for Epic Whale and Muzz here.
Oh.
It's going to be difficult to ask Epic to do much more at this point, given the situation.
Epic just hoping that he can survive, but that
Damn.
dream is shut down.
Must be their surge. Wonder what's happening.
Just
This
down
might
from
be
a
Visuals and
distance.
Braids. Visuals and Braids been fighting Muzz and Whale for their Surge Hill a lot this season. And Visuals and Braids weren't supposed to be in the land, so I wonder if that's affecting them.
Some of our teams that are just
Something's
trying
going wrong
to
though. Cold and
lead,
Acorn go down. They were so
unfortunately
healthy.
finding themselves in these compromised positions. If Trulix goes down now, MDF, that's going to be a heavy hit to placement points.
Yeah.
In the max
definitely
pull zone, no
will
one is
set
in the
them
next
back,
zone. No
given
one's
that
even
they set
close
themselves
to
up
it.
with such a
No one's front
strong
side. Trulix is
position
trying to
now
make the
after that
run.
first game, obviously coming in with a little bit of a lead, but how long can that lead last when you have
Oh,
people like
Peter and
Peter
Pollo saved their
putting sights
dashes.
on you?
Nice.
And
This could be a
looking
Peter
at
Pollo
that
win, man. I
update
called
there,
it.
Cold and
This could be a
Acorn
Peter
are
Pollo
down.
win.
Yuma and Rise are also down. This match 3, almost a defining moment for some teams here that had a real chance to break away, but as all things balance here, it's almost like we're brought down to reality. So Trulex, really the only player now in the lobby.
All 3
that
teams are in the
has
top
a
5 alive.
30-point
Jeez, we might
cap
have a top 3
how much
EU by the
longer?
end of this game.
He's just trying to stay as concealed as
Oh.
possible. And
I mean, probably not for Trulex, though.
It's
Really?
yet again. Dukes now forced to play this one out as a solo.
Oh, Vico, Flixie, no mats. Booga Veeb getting active. Oh, Peter Ball Pollo
That is
climbing, never
actually gonna be
mind.
Very, very important for everyone
Peter
who's
Ball
on the
Pollo
bubble
win
now.
here
We
would see
can
NA
jump
on
up
top.
into that top 5 spot. And even better for the likes of Peter Bot and Pollo, who are very much there. Thomas, HD, and Queasy, who have been running their way up the standings here. Look at this late rotate, allowing them to have this much visual. Not even
Yeah, wow,
able to build
Queasy
walls
is
on the side is a
God
sign of
IGLing right now, bro.
confidence
Queasy's
on its
IGLing
own.
is killing it right now. He's putting him in such good positions.
Shots at the lobby leader. He's still got his sights set.
They don't get forecast either, right?
Fight him as a solo, but they're gonna find themselves chopped. Malabuka, Merstash now trying to make their approach towards Queasy and Thomas. Meanwhile,
Peterbot still got that dash.
He's currently sitting inside of top 3, third place to be
They're going to take high ground here. They're going to take high ground here 100%. 110 builds on the hill. There's no way they don't take high ground here, right?
Shots, tags, connecting onto
Surely,
Queasy.
right?
but the hill height.
Yep, here we go. There we go.
Here.
Well, I hate to call it early, but it is not looking good for the lobby if you're rooting against Peterbot and Boyo right now, as they've got themselves
5 elims. Stash Malibu is still looking good.
And the base already set up. Meanwhile, Queasy finds himself in a bad rotate there, taken down.
Oh, I was just gassing up his IGL. No
chance that Thomas can survive there if he doesn't fight his way up. He doesn't even have mats.
Man, this game went from so stacked to kind of dead here in the end game a little bit.
Flare to the lobby. Hey, I'm over here.
There's only so much.
They're doing horrible. They're in 12th, man. What do you mean? If they do well this game, they'll be like top 6. What are you watching?
He throws out the shield bubble. It's his last hope at this point, hoping that there isn't a duo underneath him. But unfortunately, he won't even get a chance to reconsider where he wants to go next. Peterbot and Boyo, more than content to take the shutdown.
And they're the team up top, looking down on the
Oh, never mind. Quicksilver went down. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I thought they were still up and they could maybe pop off here. Never mind. Maybe you're right. Bro, Huddy and Kovacs, 7 elims. Bro, Huddy and Kovacs in 4th. What the fuck? Oh my god, this has got to be the biggest like surprise performance today. Hell yeah, W Huddy.
As they've managed to nearly fight their way.
Doing it for the. He's the only Czech Republican. Czech Republican. That doesn't sound right. He's the only Czech there.
Thinking about what the next move's gonna be, what's best for their situation here in the tournament. Merstash, Malibuca look up. They say no. Peterbot and Boyo are still there.
Huddy and Kovacs, they're actually
it's just Czechia. I think it's just Czech.
Czechian? Now they're gonna make that move, but they're so late on this rotate. Peterbot and Boyo are bound to catch wind of this. Immediately, the shots rain in.
Oh, Kovacs though. Go, Huddy. Do anything, Huddy. Oh, that's not gonna work. Yo, 6th place though. We take those.
Another duo life getting flamed here in the mix. Merstash, Malibuca now.
Reek goes down though. Reek needed this game. That's big.
Side of zone is not going to be controlled by Reek and Ritual much longer. Malibuca, Merstash here to play.
Yeah, and they did all that.
Oh, Boyo, Pito in
first. How slow things
Boyo and Peter in first. Let's not call him Pito. Let's not do that. I think that if you maybe emphasize the team name Pito, nah, still fucking terrible. We're not going to do that.
Basically want to win this game here.
Let's not do that.
Still trying to work his way through. He's crouching. He's breaking the builds, but Peterbot and Boyo.
Swizzy Yapko as well? Bro, I want Swizzy to do well. I think everyone wants Swizzy to do well here, man. This dude deserves it.
Here in match 3.
Swizzy definitely deserves this. Come on.
Currently contesting Yapko and Swizzy.
3 big teams here. These are 3 favorites to win, all in their own rights, depending on if things went out differently.
What a monstrous game for them here. Top 3.
Come on, Swizzy. 8 elims. Wait, this is 2 teams from the raft as well, I've just realized.
Such a strong defense there. A great tag onto Merstash to go in and set things up. But he steps in now. It's time to throw it all down. It's all or nothing. Right hand peek here for Merstash is going to work well. Peter
I called the Peter Boyo win. I called it. We're looking good. 2v1. 12 elim win. Oh, wait, no, it's 2v2. Wait, never mind. I thought they knocked him. They could lose this. Ooh.
They just need the second now.
2v1. Well, 13 kill win.
Tracking him down, Swizzy.
Nice movement from Peter. Wait a second. EU versus NAFNCS champs.
Trying to shut that dream down.
No, Swizzy wins it, bro. No, Peter can't handle it against EU. Oh no, Swizzy the GOAT. Ran out of ammo in the gatekeeper. Ice in his veins. W, Swizzy. All right, chat. The V-Bug giveaway. It's got to be Swizzy. SWIZZY Swizzy. Chat. If you don't follow Comp Fortnite, this kid has gotten so unlucky. Last chapter, he won FNCS, couldn't go because he couldn't get a visa because of the Russian sanctions. Then this chapter, he wins with Vanya, and now Vanya can't go because of his visa issues. This kid has been absolutely fucked, and I'm so happy he's doing well. W Swizzy, hell yeah.
You managed to start that perfectly, but
this duo formed 3 days ago.
I don't know, like it was actually not as hard.
Not as hard. Not as hard.
Not as hard. Hell yeah.
We've been very strong throughout the competition so far, but Yapka, you guys are looking very good too. I
didn't have Swizzy on the prediction, unfortunately, so it's Peter Boyo.
How has it felt for you two as a duo? Is everything panning out as you expected?
Yeah, we just adapted very good, I think, and we just
adapted.
I think it's pretty
good.
All right,
10 more seconds, chat. If you want some V-Bucks, add the word Swizzy in chat.
Obviously, we got a bit of a halftime break now. What do you guys do?
Oh, how long's the halftime break?
Kind of go over tactics, strategy, how
yeah, Peter should have won that.
Or do you just rest and
he played that well though.
Yeah, we're just gonna take some break, like relax and think about.
I will call it there, chat. Thank you for entering.
And I'm going to ask you as well.
We're doing this after every game
watching
this
that at
weekend,
the
don't
end
worry.
there, you watched Swizzy in that one-on-one. Are you feeding anything through on the comms then, or are you just keeping quiet and just letting
good
him do his
question.
thing?
I mean, I'm just coming behind him, you know? I'm just telling him everything. Because I was still alive, so I could see everything on my screen.
Love to see that. One more time, give it up for Swizzy and Yapko, everyone!
Thank you for the subs in the follow chat. Thank you. So we're about to go into a break chat between game 3 and 4. I'm not sure how long though. We'll see.
Okay, no one booked me for the halftime show. I can't believe it.
Oh,
I'm
we have a
devastated. I don't hold
halftime
grudges,
show.
But I actually blame Zeke. I could have done a repertoire of my Fortnite Festival classics, and I couldn't do it. Zeke, I blame you. It's over to you, buddy.
That's okay, Adam. You can blame me. Most people do. My gosh, Swizzy here. You could tell in the moment that like Swizzy's in like almost like a state of shock. Like he was literally shaking. And it's because he 1v2s Peterbot and Poyo. How many people in that exact situation? You're
yeah, Adam's fantastic, Matt. He's as charismatic and hilarious in person too. Adam's such a good guy. I got to have Rex with him a few times when I was in Riyadh. He's such a nice guy.
You go ahead and you're like, yeah, this one's dope.
We all thought
Peterbot and Poyo. Yeah, they got it right up on the higher ground, and then it comes down to the 1v2, and it's like, yeah, they got it.
Yo, Quinn, thanks for tier 1.
Just hitting incredible shots from the low
Peterbot has an AI when he wins that. Yeah, if he was reloaded, he wins that. But that's part of it, though. Swizzy played this fight so well. What is Swizzy working with here?
Swizzy era, man. I can't believe it's taken us so
Swizzy
long
had to
to
use
see
2
this
shots
player
then
on the
on
big
Poyo,
stage.
though.
And if this is what we've been missing out
Oh, he
on,
had extended
my
mag.
goodness, I can't
Swizzy
wait
had
to see
extended
what we
mag.
have in store. This guy has been
If he didn't have
performing
extended mag,
at the
yeah, I think
highest
Poyo
level
actually
of
messed that
Fortnite
up, not Peter
for
as
about
much.
a year now, right? We saw towards the end of last year in Chapter 4.
Yo,
just how
W
impressive
Swizzy,
he was
man.
when he won FNCS with Putrick. We wanted to see him at Global.
So happy for
Unfortunately,
Swizzy, bro.
even this
So
year,
happy
they
for him.
qualified, they've been dominating EU. We couldn't see him with Vanya, and we thought, oh my goodness. I mean, cool, we get to see him, but it's not going to be the full power duo we thought we would.
Yeah, Red Fridge, chat, we blocked the word just the giveaway, so kids know that the giveaway's over.
Shining as always.
Otherwise, kids just keep spamming it for an hour.
Eliminations onto that duo. And again, on the flip side, right, we still have to give props to Peterbot.
Yeah, Peter and Poyo are still in first, though.
Absolutely dominated that game for so long. And those final few moments, right, when there's...
I know, I cursed Peterbot, chat. I'm sorry, I called the win like 5 minutes into that game, and I cursed it.
We look to strike. Unfortunately, though, Swizzy was on the other side.
Yeah, this was actually one of those games that Peterbot and Poyo pretty much secured second place, or it, could have been that victory royale way earlier than that.
EU 3 out of 3, true. EU's won all games today, very true.
It was actually northeast of Grimgate, but then the zone pulled southwest. It pulled all over that green river that gave everybody the dashes. But the difference there was that Peterbot and Poyo, they actually saved those dashes.
Yeah, Peter and Poyo saved their dashes really well.
They were able to rotate in the 9th zone. They used those dashes. They got ahead of Queasy and Thomas. They built up on the hill, and they had high ground for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and like you said, from there you just expect it to be easy.
NA struggling a bit right now. I started Peterbot and Poyo, yeah. NA not performing as well as what we thought. My prediction's looking a bit rough on that.
But it's such a great sign for Peterbot and Poyo. Right? We just talked the game before this about how, look, those games we saw earlier are probably some of the worst games we'll see them have, and yet they were still racking in big points. It only gets better from here.
I want to, we got to take this to a listen in from those few moments because that was just a crazy run from Peterbot and Poyo. Let's take a look.
All right. We can get up left and get high. We can get up left and get high. Come.
No, Flewis, that's not true.
35. They're looking. 30.
Look here, no builds.
Yeah.
Peter's never beating the allegations, bro. If you still think Peterbot cheats, man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, anyone with a brain was telling you, obviously, months ago he's not cheating. But at this point, bro, come on. He almost just won another land, and now he's on his way to win this land. Like, what more do you want, bro?
Yeah. I know. Right here.
He's reloading. Nice.
I know, Marox. I know, man. NA's got to step it up to the end here, bro. Peterbot and Poyo are championing for NA right now because across the board, we are not looking too hot. I came in with a lot of NA bias in my predictions. All right, chat, give me 1 sec. I'm just going to get
times, right, my daughter from my wife. 1 sec. He maybe was getting a bit quieter. I remember some of his teammates on the key. They were complaining, you got to talk a bit more to us, Peterbot. The communication, much more in his element here on this big stage.
Nice. I love to see there in those final few moments as well. In that situation where they made that beautiful little rotate up the hill, right? At that point, Second place, they're gone. And now they're thinking, okay, we have an opportunity here. We can really look to pull away. And again, just kind of telling the lobby, we are on height. You're not going to get to play the game. But when we're ready, we'll go ahead and pick you all up at the bottom.
Absolutely. And I mean, look, they're in first place. No surprises there. I think it's interesting how even with their success, if we're going to be critical here, I think we're seeing the effects of the whole Raft situation where they're not getting that whole POI to themselves. It feels like in some of the NAF and CSs this year, they would have gotten a POI like that all to themselves and been able to run with it, have cap loot. But the lack of loot, you'd argue, means, again, he doesn't have as much ammo. He can't spray as much towards that back end. When he runs out of shotgun ammo, he can't switch to his AUG, right, and use that. Small, fine margins, but it's, you know, causing a difference here. But if they're going to stay in first place, I mean, he's not going to be too bothered at the end of the day.
I mean, I'm happy you actually brought up the point of the Wrap, because that game we actually saw something a little bit different. For first 2 games, it was very, very passive. No elims were kind of happening over there. But this game, Peterbot actually picked up Trashy very, very early on. So that could be the adaptation that they're kind of looking for to make sure they just get that extra little bit of an edge coming out of the Wrath.
And Cammy, right? They also find another impact over on Cammy to just disrupt them and their plan. So just crazy. Malibuca Mustache as well, 3rd in that last game. Dude, I don't know. Like, think back to game 1. Malibuca Mustache just had this horrible
standings.
Game.
Perfect.
They're just shambles the entire time.
Damn.
They're going down in zone. They're picking each other up.
Oh,
and
how
now
does NA let them? Hey, Peterbot do this, bro.
With just an
NA such pussies never do this on EU.
Mustache,
Oh my god.
Game number 3 right there. They actually took it to Alex and they elammed them very, very early on. But they didn't leave their POI. They did not leave reels at all, right? It was remained in the zone. And I think they picked up like 3 more eliminations from the POI alone, just picking up stragglers, picking up rotators. So awesome to see that they're very, very familiar.
I stand by it.
So that they can find elims even later on in the game.
I mean, when you look at Comp Fortnite this year,
we'll see if they can hold on to it. See if Kazi comes back.
Basing here and there. That is not Malibuca and Mustache's game, right? They want to go into places where people are going to rotate into them, and they want to fight people, and they did that so
they can't chat.
Here.
I'm sure Clix and Veno want to fight their spawn fight, but they can't. The other team just drops on whatever side they don't drop on and then take the loot and try to run.
And so it's great to see them in their element here on LAN.
I wanted to call out their 6th place Chap and Tini. We see them just go up a few points there. They managed to fight that Rift Island.
Damn. Interesting leaderboard, bro.
But
Yapcon Suzy jumping up 28 places. Mustache Malibuca jumping up 10. Top 5 Wall Con. It's such a 50-50 drop, bro. Mustache and Malibuca is different, man.
What's going on? What do you think?
Well, maybe it's the giant surprise of them not landing where we were kind of expecting them to land. They're actually landing over at the Nitro Dome, right, which, you know,
over
very,
2,200.
very like them to kind of just randomly land somewhere. And maybe we're kind of seeing the effects of that, right?
That's what I'm saying. That wouldn't be smart to drop on their part of the drop. What part of the drop? What do you mean? The other team just swerves to whichever side Clix and Veno aren't going. And then if Clix and Veno just land on them, it's a straight 50-50, which is terrible.
Adaptations being made by some of these players.
Absolutely. I wrote down a whole long list of like effects of them switching up their drop and the team's effects. Before we get to that though, right? Them landing at Nitro's Room, some added context. It was the spot they landed at, right? Last season, right? When they were playing.
Canada's Con now, yeah.
Look at where they were
I had chat. That was on my teeny drop list.
Committed to a spot, right? At one point, they wanted to go reckless and they were going to go towards the underworld. And it's funny, I spoke to Canada and Cooper a couple days ago, and they were like, for sure, those guys are going to go Nitro drop. They knew.
Yeah.
They were like 100% those guys aren't committing to whatever they're saying they're going to commit to. They're going to land on us. And I guess they were very prepared.
Kins just showed us total damage. Pete has 1,300 more than second place. I mean, he has 1,300 more damage than second place.
Going into that game called out micro adjustments, right? Game to game, we're just thinking, these little nuanced things. How do we get the upper hand on all of these
desk looks so sick. This desk is beautiful.
Now being the halfway
point. Yo, Daniel, thanks for the 5 gifted, bro. Thank you, man.
Yeah, and I'm happy that you actually brought up that halfway point, right? And quote-unquote adaptations, because now that we are actually in that halfway mark, the players are off the stage. They're actually behind the scenes right now.
Yeah, they can talk to their coaches now.
They have the opportunity to not only talk amongst themselves, right? Kind of get refreshed, kind of reboot back up into the competition, but the opportunity to also talk to their coaches who are hopefully seeing things that they are not.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking to some of the coaches out here, right? We were talking to Sven and Razzo,
wait,
right?
what? There's no way the break is an hour and a half long. That has to be a lie.
And there are some top teams, I think, who have maybe had a quiet first 3 games, so there's going to be plenty to talk about behind the scenes.
That's right. Well, you heard it here.
There's no way.
Players are currently on a halfway point break. So what we're going to do is we're going to step away. When we return, though, game number 4.
Chat, praise. Praise, that's a 30-minute timer. It can't be an hour and a half. That's not right. That's definitely the wrong timer. We fucked up. Someone in production fucked up. It's not a 3-minute break. All right, get the fuck out here. Pinch it off. Someone's getting fucking rushed in the bathroom right now. Oh, shit. That's definitely wrong. I'm guessing 30 minutes. I think 30 minutes. 3 is a bit much, but I'm thinking 30 minutes. Maybe this is just so they can run the ads. Maybe the ads are baked into this break, and then we go to a 30-minute break. We'll see. I want to see. We prayed too hard. We prayed too hard. Chat, what's the new emote, Maris? What did you call it for the NASCAR ads now? Wicked NASCAR. Hell yeah. There you go, chat. We now have our own NASCAR emote. I feel like we're gonna save it more for the. Yeah, the Daytona. Yeah, okay, never mind. This is the Daytona map. NASCAR. Hell yeah. This is gonna be our version of My Oil. Again, for those of you guys who are comp fans of other games, I think later this week, a lot of you guys wanted me to watch some Rocket League. I love Rocket League. It's like one of my favorite esports. I just never have time to watch it. We've got the Rocket League Major starting in 2 days right after this. We've got solo cash cups in 2 days time. Then I'm probably gonna take the day off, and then we have duo cash cup for 2 days. But the rest of the Rocket League tournament, the last few days, I really want to watch it. So I think we might watch the Rocket League Major at the end of this week if you guys want to tune in and vibe out with that if you like Rocket League. It should be really fun. It's the Rocket League Major. So it's the LAN event that's taking place at this arena. If you want to see what this arena sounds like when it's actually packed, you'll see it during the Rocket League LAN. It should be fun. Because I don't really want to watch Reload Cash Cups. I think everyone can understand why. Unless they somehow make some crazy fix that makes Reload super fun to watch, I think I'd much rather watch Rocket League. But the solo Cash Cup this week and the duo Cash Cup will be very fun, though. We're going to do a 36-hour stream starting tomorrow. Oh, it's Worlds. Oh, I thought it was the Major. It's Worlds. Oh, shit. Okay, we're definitely watching that. That's hyped as fuck. Sorry. I thought it was Major. It's Worlds. Okay, we're definitely watching that. Yeah, so we're doing a 36-hour stream tomorrow. We're gonna start tomorrow for day 2 of Globals, and then we're gonna do a after party vibe, going back and watching a bunch of the World Cup. I want to watch the Pro-Am solos and duos all back to back to back. Then my brother's gonna take over so I can get a nap in while he watches OCE Cash Cup, and then I'm gonna watch every region solo Cash Cup after that. So should be big vibes tomorrow, man. Have a bunch of fun. Man, so wait, so Fortnite's kind of like the test event for the broadcast. Oh, we're actually doing content in the break. Hell yeah. It's Peach. I see Peach.
Lounge, where I am just surrounded by so many incredible people, and 2 of my favorite people are going to be joining me
Hey,
right
Panda
now.
Jacob.
Panda, Jacob.
Dude, no way we're interviewing Jacob. He should be on the
broadcast. All the way to NA West on the FNCS. It is so good to be talking with you guys.
W.
How you doing, Panda?
Hey, listen, it's the Global Championship, so you better
Chat, I'll get my breakfast while they interview. I don't want to be talking to him the whole time. One sec.
Exciting, so electric, and I know that so many people here are excited for Game 4, but we do have a little bit of a break, Jacob. But when that break comes back, I'm ready for Game 4. What about you?
Oh, I'm definitely ready for it. Even though there's like a little bit of a slow start and some hiccups, including that last way the game ended, Peterbot and Pollo, oh my God, this is a legacy in the making, and there's 9 more games throughout the weekend, and I couldn't be more stoked.
But man, I thought that was going to be Peterbot and Pollo's game. Everything worked out so well from them on high ground, where we've seen them time and time again. But who was waiting for them on the low ground? Swizzy. Is that something you could have expected, that 1v1 going out that way?
Honestly, yeah, I can't lie. I predicted that was going to happen. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But no, honestly, really it is the nerves, right? That's the biggest moment that Peterbot's had of the day. He came down, he tried to take the fight, and unfortunately it just didn't go his way. But that's how it happens sometimes.
But even without the victory royale, Peterbot and Pollo are currently sitting in first place, and I think that's something a lot of us kind of expected today. Do you think they're going to keep this going?
I 100% think they do. Consistency is key, and in a lot of their big wins throughout the course to get here, it's been their consistency, and Pollo, I think, has been a huge backbone for this roster that doesn't get enough credit, so just a big shout out to Pollo.
Well, speaking giving credit, Swizzy, absolutely incredible. Not even playing with his main duo of Yapko and still taking the victory royale. What an incredible performance.
Yeah, honestly, listen, you can't count out Swizzy. He is a phenomenal player playing with Yapko. Obviously, shout out Vaniac for not being here. But honestly, this duo is special. They still have a very, very good shot at taking that top spot. So just because Peterbot and Puyo are there now does not mean they've secured it. I'm telling you, there is still a lot of games to play.
Guys, I am so grateful for you to chat for me real quick. And before I let you go and go back to the desk, where can people find you? What do you have planned for the rest of the weekend?
Oh, listen, we got a ton of great stuff going on this weekend. Make sure to check out Life with Panda, Life W Panda on all socials. Jacob and I are hosting a post-Global Championship live stream, so make sure you tune in. I can't wait. And of course, the lovely Kelly Link. I'll let you send it off.
Oh my goodness, thank you. But real quick, Jacob, where can people find you? I know as far as watch party goes, you are constantly streaming FNCS watch parties. Where can people find you?
On Twitter and Twitch, you can go to Jacob MVPR because I'm the most valuable Puerto Rican in this place.
Thank you guys so much, and let's head back to the desk.
Is that what it stands for?
No.
What?
Jacob. What?
Yeah. That's Jacob.
Dude, I love Jacob PR, bro. I'm honestly thankful.
Is that actually what it stands for? Wait, what?
So tall.
There's no way that's what it stands
anyway,
for.
Thank you so much to Life with Panda, Jacob PR. We love you guys. And I like that Panda kind of called out one thing specifically. There's still like a lot of games left to go. Keep in mind, we still have 3 today, 6 tomorrow, but under that 1.5 times multiplier. We're already seeing games go crazy. Things kind of unfold, maybe not in ways we expected. What have you guys been seeing and that maybe excites you about the last 3 games?
Why don't we go ahead and start with the early game here, Levin, right? There's big questions around, well, pretty much almost every single spot on the map. Yeah. But I think Brutal Beachhead was a big question mark. How was Acorn and Cold and Andalex and Sato going to go? And right now, you know, game number 1 was a little bit passive. Games 2 and 3, though, Acorn and Cold have come out with 2 eliminations each one of those games.
Yeah, and that's huge, man. I mean, Acorn and Cold, if they weren't uncontested, would have been a favorite to win, right? So seeing how they did there was going to be crucial.
That's right. I actually just got word. We have an interview lined up. Adam Savage is standing by with our duo in the first place. Adam, what you got for us?
Oh, we got Peter Puyo interview.
Well, I've currently got with me the leaders of our competition right now. Peterbot and Puyo join me here in the player lounge. Fellas, it has been an unbelievable start of proceedings. Peterbot, 23 eliminations. Looking 23, I think so. No. Both you guys so far, yeah. Leading it. He was like, just me? 23, so... but he expects that. He expects 23 straight up after bat. What's that?
I gotta have 17. My AR aim right now is looking crazy.
Like 16 or 17.
Okay. Well, I mean, whatever happens, it's looking strong, and you're very much in the lead here. Puyo, walk us through the first kind of like couple of exchanges on the forecast towers first and foremost. You guys got it one time so far. Does that kind of does it concern you at all? Is that a real issue, or are you guys just kind of like heading through whatever happens regardless?
No, I think the first game, like, we were getting held by a team, Baka Pars. They were sitting in like a bush. But after that, like after we were able to get to the forecast, we were fine. No one contested or anything. The next 2 games, we weren't able to get it because they didn't spawn.
Well, we saw as well, like the zone shifting left, right, and center for you guys. How has it felt in those first 3 games, adapting as well? I mean, we saw that you're going to be a lot of players.
He's slim with the team over 16.
You saw an elimination feed clicks in that first game as well. That must have felt real good too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it felt good. It was just like I was like, so he got eliminated, and basically, I just got like 5 eliminations in one zone, and then like the win, like that I expected to win, and yeah, I mean.
Talk me through that stage.
So is this on a delay so we can actually like
leap it out? Does those kind of moments get under your skin at all? Do you kind of feel those? Or you just going to move on to the next thing?
No, we got a 12 elimination second, so it really doesn't matter to me. We're in first by 40 points or something.
You're looking good. Puyo, I've got to ask you as well. We heard the crowd as well going wild. Obviously, you guys. Peterbot gets, I think, home court advantage to a degree. How does it feel for you as well? We're playing alongside Peterbot when you kind of hear the hype around from the fans here in the stadium and at home too.
I mean, it's amazing. It brings me up as well, like with Peter's fans. I mean, it affects me too.
Yeah. Well, you guys have had an unbelievable year thus far. Will they make it another win under their belts? We're 3 games in, and so far it's looking very, very good for Peterbot and Puyo. For now, it's back to the desk. These guys getting back to their seats. Game 4 is imminent.
Let's go.
You know, I think one of my favorite things about Peterbot and Puyo, I'm going to say something and let me get the whole thought out, okay? I love that, obviously, they're amazing. They play so well.
Puyo interviewed really well there.
So much because Puyo is like an amazing player, and he's just like, yeah, Peterbot, you just talk for the team.
Puyo actually like
way over here.
Yeah.
Just way over here. Talk for the team.
Puyo looked so nervous. Really? I don't think he did. I think Puyo actually like answered really well then.
That's
I thought Poyo spoke great for someone who almost never does interviews.
No, I mean, but I think it really.
I swear that's my first ever Poyo interview I've ever heard.
Need when it comes down to duo dynamic, right? Somebody's a little bit more vocal. Maybe that's how it kind of goes in game as well.
I mean, yeah, I think when you look at the dynamic of that team, anybody that plays with Peterbot is going to have to put their ego to the side. I mean, that guy's got enough ego for all three of us on the desk here. You know, he could talk for days, that young lad. But I mean, look, he's
young
a top player
lad,
and he backs up his talk with performances in game. And it was interesting there, you know, how Adam sort of asked him, like,
that young
you
lad
sort of losing that 2v1 affects you. And I think it's good that it doesn't, right? And he talks about how it doesn't matter, we're still at the top of the leaderboard. I mean, I think it's that sort of mentality to just keep going, even when things don't quite go right, is the key to why they're so successful.
Yeah, I mean, saying, look, 12 elimination, Victor Royale, or second place, it isn't the Victor Royale. Now, if tomorrow 1.5 times, you definitely want that Victor Royale. Those points are going to matter, but bro, 12
they're coming back.
eliminations and a second place, that's still a ton of points.
Right.
And as he called out, he eliminates the second through 5th teams. At that point, you're like, cool, I'm just creating a gap for me and Poyo.
Yeah, instantly looking towards the positives of the situations, not necessarily the
Bro,
negatives.
Peterbot's surge
Really,
aim
really
sounds
good.
insane
Now,
right
we
now.
were kind of talking
Those
about
damage
something
stats are disgusting.
Prior to the break, right? We were like, okay, now they have the opportunity to go ahead and converse amongst themselves with coaches, everything like that. What can we kind of expect going into game number 4 to maybe change, if anything at all?
I mean, one thing I think I noticed throughout the first couple games already was there was a bunch of teams actually switching up their spots. I felt like we were seeing a bunch of different people in areas of the map in early game where they just shouldn't have been. Like King and FaZe were all the way in like the southeast of the map. I think Michael and Job was somewhere there as well. At one point, we're like, I thought you guys were landing all the way on the other side. So clearly, there's been big switch-ups already, and I think we'll probably see a couple more.
Perfect timing.
Absolutely. You guys have kind of started talking about Acorn and Cold. I kind of wanted to circle back.
That was a nice short break. Booga's been real quiet. Yeah, bro.
How are they performing? Are they performing the way, I guess, you kind of...
I want to say Cooper Canada have been quiet as well, but they're getting cons, so...
Yeah, no, I think Acorn and Cold definitely are going to find themselves...
Was there a delay? No, this is just a normal break chat. They always do a break between game 3 and 4, so the players can go backstage, like go to the bathroom, get some snacks, talk to their coach if they want to.
I think they're performing very, very well, handling the all-spawn situation perfectly.
Yeah, clearly. I mean,
ooh,
I think most people who know me
28 places is huge.
I'm a massive Acorn fan as well, and I really do back these guys to do well in every given situation. I think we know with 1.5x points, we saw them in Major 3 and NA not having the best day one, but with the 1.5x, the comeback that they had to place as well as they did, they're always going to be in the competition. No matter how far down the leaderboard these guys are, until we get to maybe game 11 tomorrow, right? They're going to be in this competition, and when you have that ability...
Oh, we're doing that, are we? All right, chat.
That's right. We've seen their off-spawn situation. We
no,
have
if you guys have...
From this
oh,
last one.
I'll
see how this
all right.
goes.
No, one sec. I'll listen to chat. Wait for listening.
They're ahead of us, but...
Ooh, it's kind of cool.
Should we swerve? We swerve? I mean, yeah, but I can go forward. Swerving.
Think you mad with the Prime?
They're
What's
down
up,
this
guys?
hill here.
Man, they're so chill. They're actually so relaxed.
100.
How much is first place? 200k each.
Let's take our time. Take our time.
This prize pool's half of what it was last year.
Right here. 34.
Still 2 mil, but yeah, not as high as last year. It would have been like, I think it would have been 800k.
Back them.
Dude, the fact that I keep saying it, the fact that Acorn and Cold have won 2 fights, and then the one game they didn't fight, they also still went on to come top 3. Like, that's great.
We love getting those lists.
Also, chat, again, we're doing this. We did this earlier. We're going to do one more for today. If you guys want to, if you guys want to cop one of my mouse pads, we're going to do 20% off, but only 20 uses. If you guys buy a mouse pad and use the code FNCS at checkout, you get 20% off. We also added the new mouse pad. You guys have been asking for this one for a while now. We're about to add a whole bunch of new mouse pads in the future, but that's the first new one we've added in a little while if you want something that's low-key and chill.
Yeah, sounds like there was actually an
If you want to check it out, just use code FNCS when you do the checkout.
So there was
if you don't know where we ship to, just go to the website. All the info's there.
But still,
that's the
even though they
website
had to
there.
Go ahead and adapt. They still executed on.
You look low-key clean. Thanks, bro. Been working on that for a while. The business I'm running with my brother.
You saw the situation in terms of Luke Cold had almost
got some
nothing,
cool
no
shit coming,
shield,
chat. Trust me.
And Alex and Tato were all geared up, ready to go. Still won.
Right, that was one of the things I actually spoke to
we do ship the mouse pads to Canada, bro. You just have to, when you get there, just do the contact us, man.
I think they got
it's $60 Canadian for shipping and the mouse pad and any customs, but you have to do a private order because of the way like taxes works with Canada.
Yeah. We'll see that under the rag, right? Pretend that never happened. Right. And I think they've come into the Global Championships much more prepared, better ideas.
Thank you, Whoopi, with the Prime. Thank you, dude.
Options, right? And they feel comfortable regardless of which option they have to take.
Yes, like we've got like I think we've got about 3 or 4 more designs going up in the next few months, ideally, and then I think think we fit like every niche at that point. I got some really cool ones coming, bro. I'm so excited to show some of the new ones that are coming out.
Levin, you called out something before we went to
I just like making mouse pads, bro.
The fact that Chapentini, they kind of, the single decision they made sent ripples throughout the game. I'm really interested to kind of tap into that and kind of discuss how one decision could kind of change a whole game. Can you talk me through that?
Absolutely. I think you see instantly as we kick off game one.
Hey, subs, guys. Thank you so much, Chad. Chad, if you click that link, we have discounted subs right now to the September. If you've never subbed before, it'll cost you less. Also, if you got a free Prime, you can use it by clicking that link. But no ads.
That ruins their momentum in the start of the competition. Yeah. You look at Chapentini, they're a team that wants to have good loot. They're a hungry team. What they're going to do, they're going to play for that bunker towards the windmill south of Nitrodrome. Who else in the lobby likes
Thanks all subs, guys. Thank you so much. How's Scroll doing? I don't think super crazy, unfortunately, man.
And Chapentini are sitting on it, right? Again, now that affects their game plan. They go into the end game with a bit less.
Which one's Rapid using? Rapid's using the emote one. So Rapid is currently using this one, my emote one. That's the one I use as well.
Chapentini have chosen to land there.
Yeah, and sometimes those are kind of like the instant effects, right? The loot, the bunker, those type of positions. But these zones so far have actually been pulling up slightly to the north. And whenever that happens, teams like Clix and Vena, they actually spend so much time out in the storm. And that strategy is actually used by a bunch of teams.
I have that one. Oh my god. You have the same mass as a global champion, bro. Me too.
Acting as
we
like
just
a
still suck. You might not suck. I suck.
Really throw all of those team strategies off because
you doing headphones? You got to wear earphones, bro. The game sound comes out of the earphones. They got headphones on the top to cancel out the audio.
Down to perfection, and those little.
Thanks for having out today, chat. I really appreciate it. This stream's been fun as fuck.
Can make all the difference.
Only halfway.
I think too, when we kind of remind ourselves of previous majors, I feel like in those situations, a lot of the duos are.
I have watched RLCS a few times in the past, man. Yeah, this will be my first time watching RLCS, but I'm very excited.
Waiting a game. I think all the way back to even Vika, right? The fact that his duo goes down, he's got card in hand, and his options are: I go for forecast, I just run away with the card, or I drop it. And that's not even.
Wait, what? Why is he showing the drop map? Yo, what?
He does it?
Yo,
and so those
why are we leaking the drop map?
Rippling through the game, so interesting.
Homie, we still can't.
One of those fights that keeps happening.
What are you doing?
Vico, Flixie versus Bryce and Bolts. So much so that now it's a consistent thing that's happening. Other teams are like, whoa, this is happening over here. Let's get involved.
I mean, the big difference there, right? You know, for Vico and Flixie here versus on EU. On EU, they would have just rolled the teams who were landing. Yeah. Right? That's what happened when you point where, you know,
take the drum map
on the forecast. They were just getting it for free. Here, Bryce and Bolts aren't going to be pushed over.
How's the best team in OC RLCS? Didn't Chiefs just outplace them? Didn't Chiefs just get the highest placement in OC Rocket League history?
Flixie adjust to that in their game plan.
Is it just like such an easy decision, right? Like, because you're saying on EU, we look at Vico Flixie, we go, just that's fine.
It's a fake one to throw off opponents. That's pretty Giga Brain.
On this land, they're just like, nah, we're gonna let you have it.
It's just a combination of two regions, right? Like you mentioned, I really like that point actually, as both of these teams have experience fighting teams over at the forecast tower, right? And typically, if you're on your own region, you're just kind of fighting one team, you're winning. But now it's two players or two teams.
It's a nice stage up. It's a beautiful, bro. I make a lot of fun about Dickie's Arena, but like it's actually a clean venue. Like I'm so excited to see how Rocket League looks in this stage. The crowd is going to be nuts here for Rocket League.
Casters, take it away.
This is a beautiful venue.
We're a quarter of the way into this 2-day competition.
Oh, that was in EWC, not RLCS. Gotcha. Okay, so it's a little bit different. Okay, fair. Power still on top, baby.
It's absurd to think, MDF, that Vivid Shirt is still holding strong, at least for the time being, because Peterbot and Pollo have technically put NA on top.
And they're doing it. They're putting up the performance. It's a pretty EU-heavy top 10. We always expect that, though, right? More teams, more chances. But let's see it for match number 4.
Yeah, Rocket League crowds go nuts. In this venue, it's going to be crazy. All right, game 4, chat. Let's get it.
The critical moment in your tournament day for the first day of the FNCS Globals. And you might be asking, why is that? That's because after the last 3 games, after you get this halfway
here we go. Bro, I just realized Huddy and Kovacs are doing this well while also conned in a 50-50 drop. I totally forgot they were conned. Bro, Huddy and Kovacs are...
Considering whether or not you want to go for the 50-50 contest, and as far as Huddy is concerned, he's already...
Huddy and Kovacs were popping off.
Sky and Scroll, though.
They have been previously, not now, but have been.
This one out. Kovacs, though, understanding the dire situation.
Nah, no way Kovacs wins this. There's no chance he wins this. He's looking so bad. It's impossible he wins this.
Realistic opportunity for the revive, and he's done just enough to push back Sky and Scroll, even for a moment.
Now Kovacs and Huddy are in fourth place, but it's not looking good.
Why does it only go one way? That's not how that works. That's bullshit. Why does it only go one way?
Scroll in Sky, and it has to be a crushing loss there as Huddy and Scroll went head to head, and Huddy just didn't have a
I
weapon.
tried to flip it, chat.
Enough damage when he needed it most, but again, that's part of the nature of those.
It's all about what's in your heart.
You can test it
The curse knows.
inside that building. You know where the port
I don't know how this fucking works.
but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna pick up something worth going for in the first place. Malabuka, Merstash, on the other hand, restored reels. Saw that little flash by Merstash of the drop map. Love the printout, but Merstash, he's got his eyes set onto Alex right now, and that's gonna be his first elimination here.
Boy.
Oceania. Things are looking a little bit grim there at Restored Reels.
Oh, Veno. We might be fighting here. Wait a second. We can fight this. This might be a fight. But Veno does not have the fighting loadout. Jeez.
You know, Clix and Veno have played very passively, if you will. I think they are recognizing this opportunity before them.
Oh, the power back blink goes crazy.
Because they're being contested, are willing to play a little bit smarter. And we actually love that because we've seen very different engagements go down when a team's contested. Sometimes they want to headbang right into one another and see what happens. So the results of this drop spot have actually
here we go.
Relatively favorable.
Maybe the breaks has like been like the reset for a lot of teams who've been losing their spawn fights to like figure out what to do. Oh, Cold's coming flying at him though. Jeez. Cold has no fear, man. 4 builds, 3 builds, 2 builds. Oh, they're all so shams. Cold Sovereign, are you kidding me?
Here at Brutal Beachhead, Andelix and Sato, they need to come up massive if they don't want to end off with a
Gold Gatekeeper and Gold Sovereign get fucked. What?
It's still a big
You gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the stats.
No way we get double gold shotgun from half of a boat on Brutal Beachhead.
Andelix's capabilities and Sato's versus what Acorn and Cold have managed to do in this game. And this is why you're seeing them push up with such confidence. However,
yeah, with an extended mag on the Gold Gatekeeper. If Acorn and Cold win this, jeez.
Like literally and figuratively. So you cannot let your guard down. One mistake.
That's crazy. Yo, Bronos, thanks to 41, bro.
For sure. Even now, Cold and Acorn say, hey, you know what? You have the high ground. You defended well. We're going to back off.
Yeah,
Sato and Andelix are definitely hoping that they'll be able to turn things around.
He's cracked the 31 thing he did.
4, but at the very least, they do know that they'll still have that opportunity for VOD review. Maybe they consider exactly what their plan of attack might be, but Flixie and Vico already making sure to tear apart everything that resides at the bottom. They know that they're going to have to deal with some other teams soon, but they like their position of control right now.
Queasy and Thomas doing it from Research Rock, man. Very respectable. Very respectable.
They do the same, scrapping every opportunity up here. And, you know, Thomas HD and Queasy, we kind of talk about their drop spot being so desolate, right? There's no team nearby.
Kind of true, though.
It really is such a significant
exactly,
difference,
man.
I would say, between, you know, how their tournament is going down.
Get that one of the red Corolla.
Really
Left your lights on.
team. Another team that had a similar position was Booga and Aviv, but we haven't even been able to see what they can do. Because if we were to look
Peter kills Trashy again. Yeah, man. It's crazy that Peter and Poyo are doing this from Triple Con Raft. I know they have their half themselves, but wow.
Yeah, they kind of have to forge their own path, create their own engagements, essentially, and hope that teams are willing to even bother with
Oh,
fighting
Paper
back,
takes
because
down Danath. Wait,
so many
Danath and
different
Tinker. Why are they over near
circumstances now.
Paper?
We've seen teams just immediately go
Must have
on
rotated
retreat,
south,
go
I guess.
defensive, not necessarily looking to be as aggressive, and that has definitely resulted in some teams struggling with their surge, but Peterbot Poyo,
How are the other teams doing from Raft? Swizzy and Yapko are currently top 10. I think Threats is doing quite terrible. Then Peterbot Poyo's first.
so Peterbot Poyo hoping to secure
Oh, Tinker and Danath have switched drops and have landed on
They step to
paper.
that forecast tower. Vino and Clix is like, oh,
Interesting.
time to go.
Interesting.
So we saw in the interview, Peterbot was willing to call out Clix and Vino and say, I dare you to come meet me, but we all know it's probably
Oh,
not.
go Rise and Yuma being in the top made me so happy, but man, they're dropping now, unfortunately. Oh, Trashy's 15th. Oh, my apologies. That's actually pretty solid. That's very solid. My apologies. No way all three Raft teams is 15th, 10th, and 1st. Damn.
It was worth it, and they're coming back into another pretty
You Fraser with number 3.
But for Yuma and Rise, already running relatively thin as far as their material count is concerned. And it seems like Yuma would at least prefer to disengage for the time being, but a shot from overhead.
No, Kazi Aspect aren't dropping Raft chat. They haven't dropped there once today.
But
they're now dropping on Casper in Prism.
Yuma and Rise might find themselves unintentionally pincered here. Slurptrek gonna buy them a little bit more time though. They'll at least be able to box up, hope for some safety net to come into play. But at least
triple con usually, it depends how you describe it. When I say triple con, I mean 3 people at the drop spot. So 2 teams other than you.
They'll need to get the damage. They'll need to get active here. Muzz and Epic Whale on the move.
Not on Casper, they're conning Yanis and Pixie in the rig. Are you sure? Because they definitely dropped on Chasm, Prism and Casper on the first game.
They found themselves in just a jam.
Please gets a kill. Let's go.
From time to time, but they can just overcome that. See what they did right in game 1 and mirror that performance. We'll see them jumping right back up into the conversation.
What else would triple con mean? By 3 other teams, not including you, is how some people describe it.
An Epic Well, they're kind of landing at that same drop as Reet and Ritual over by Doomstot, except Reet and Ritual, they are fully in control of the Mysterio, and they like to collect that Mythic Sovereign shotgun. That's the most important aspect for those two by Doomstot.
It's been a rough day for Kanata. Cooper. Ooh, Teeny takes down Malabuka.
Do we want to challenge for that Mysterio
Mustache takes down Chap.
The goods that
getting active up here.
Hoarding all to themselves, but at the same time,
there's no anonymous mode in this tournament, by the way, chat. So a lot of these spawn fights, teams will know who's going down. That's how they know who the third party.
Teeny is here, Chap is here, and they take down Mustache and Malabuka, but not before Chap.
Teeny and Chap not making friends.
It seems like there was another team. Is that Rise and Yuma that just stepped up out of nowhere? No, it's TT Rise and Cooper, the NA players.
Yo, the Middle East representatives.
Cooper and Kanata.
Come on, Monster.
Distance, side by side.
It's gonna be a big moment though for Rise and Agers. They've been trying to claw their
Cat
way
Mats,
up
yeah,
the
they're looking
leaderboard,
decent.
and the same could be said
15
for
bandage is
Cooper
not great.
and Kanata. And Restored Real is bound to draw a little bit more attention. Look at Teeny just trying to squeeze his way out of there, fully understanding
he gets out.
It is not worth sticking around
Nope.
at this point.
I would not stick around.
Too much attention having been drawn.
Damn, I can't believe Chap and Teeny really have just gone to land to just fight teams for their surge. Like, it's crazy. They're really going to piss off a lot of people by this weekend.
4-0, but losing his teammate in the process. We're not even sure if he gets the reboot card, so we'll see how that develops in the coming moments. But first, Reet and Ritual have a big task in front of them, and that's currently escaping the grips of Asia's Yoda and Mipoli, who's hunting them down right now. All in efforts to fight for the bunker. These bunker fights have been.
I hope we don't get the bunkers back, chat. Is there anyone who likes bunkers? Is there anyone in chat who would want bunkers to come back next chapter without just trying to be different? I like the idea of mid-map objectives, just this is not the one.
And armored walls to secure the win here, forcing them into a bad carry.
Oh, yeah,
Reet
okay.
has to
Definitely one of the worst
twice about
mid-map
doing
objectives
that
we've
again.
had. Sorry, mid-game objectives.
Reet just trying to make sure that he can.
Yes, for zero bills. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really speak to zero bills when I talk about this kind of stuff.
Zagu, though.
They're not that bad. They are, though. Like, what's fun about them, though? Like, half the time they spawn in Storm, so you have to Storm fight just to get them. It's the only way to upgrade your weapon, and then you just get blocked and held in until both of you die. It's just terrible. Creates really ugly, boring, competitive fights as well. Like, I just don't see any positive to them. Cashers just did what they did, but better in every way.
They have to be careful. Reet fully understanding he can't just recklessly spin current corners.
Ritual looking for an angle here. Armor Wall's going to put a full-on stop to that and force to the outskirts here. Another wall comes down. Zagu and Shadom are really
We're losing this. Reet is straight up getting outboxed for it here, bro. Asia on top.
Into these terrible peaks, and they're winning every single trade here. The one downside, though, is that they're running halfway now on armored walls as they've used half of the reservoir.
That's what I was saying, Maris. I thought they were even worse than zero bills because you just get shot as soon as you run up the stairs.
This is a full-on
Maybe multiple entrances to the bunker would have made them better.
Slightly better situation, at least for Shadom and Zagu and Reet and Ritual. They've spotted out.
Keep them. There is no other way for me to get ranked kills. Wow. Homie's the absolute rat.
So now they have to fixate on just rebuilding their material count in the first place, and that as well is bound to cause
Found the dude I hate. Everyone in chat's like, I found him.
Trickle effect
You
damage towards
bitch.
Mitchell's game plan long term because they're missing out on surge tag damage time.
Speaking about Aviv and
Oh,
Bugha,
Vidil and Rezone have been struggling a bit today as well, haven't they?
Now looking to see if they can claim Vidil here, just aside the Doom's courtyard. It's a big rotate in. Vidil left by himself. Everyone decides to back off. Very interesting that two duos shown up, and the two duos are like, wait, there's someone else here. So very unaware of what's happening at the moment. For that reason, they give the respect, and I'm sure Vidil's trying to wrap his head around.
Need to watch more NA players? I mean, to be fair, like,
That's
the EU players are doing better, so they're getting focused on more. Not obviously the whole time, but a lot of the time.
Inside of those boxes, and yet Vidil still crouching
boy,
around,
got it
still trying
down.
to stay as tucked away as possible. Can't really fault him though when you factor in the caliber of player that all of these teams are essentially stacked up against.
Guys in Aspect died to Zone? Yeah, I did just see that. Ooh. Brazil versus EU.
You face next, but Vico, Flixie,
I think Vico and Flixie are the better fighters here.
seems like
Person and Ed are good fighters, though.
Right side peek though, not going to be there just yet for Vico. Flixie instead, different approach altogether. He's on the same level as Ed and Person,
Tomorrow is
just
a 1.5 times multiplier chat, so teams can have big comebacks tomorrow. Yeah, not 2 times, 1.5 times.
And finish inside the top 10 will have a real fighter's chance to run away with things tomorrow. Tomorrow's a 1.5x day, so
Okay, Monster.
setting up your foundation is
That was
so
a bad
critical
peek
to your
from Vico
success.
there.
Vico gets just punished by Persa's shot there. Little reset now as Ed tries to get the heals here. They're fully back up.
Come on, Persa, do it for the Boomers.
Definitely a bit
Come
of a
on.
sucker punch as well for Vico when you really think about
Oh,
it. because
Dukes
the
is here
way
now.
that he
Dukes
was
is coming
charging
over.
in there, it seemed like he had zero concern that anybody was going to be able to piece him up in that moment. Nearly meant his own downfall for it, but Persa.
Ah, it's the Boomer aim, baby.
Finding the smallest angle, tearing up the toes there from Vico and Flixie.
Very, very important tags.
Is Ed King's old duo? I think King did play with Ed at some point. No, I think that was O King. That was the other King, right? Because there's 2 very relevant Kings on Brazil. There's World Cup King who's playing here, and then there's O King.
4th place is out, 5th place is out. The standings.
I think O King, BR, and Ed used to be teammates. That's the other King. Here you go. That's World Cup King right there.
Our first place lead.
Oh no, it was the main King who played together as well. Oh, never mind then.
Up for the Rift Island. They continue to fight for it. It's like you see it spawn and you know.
And Peter and Poyo just doing their thing, bro. Like, dude, if Peter and Poyo win this land, this chapter is just going to be absurd. Second, first. One of them being a land, like, bro.
And Peter Bye, we heard it direct when he was doing that interview with Adam Savage. My aim
On
is
land,
on another
too.
level right now, and that might be the most perfect example imaginable. He's definitely looking like a bit of a menace there now with the height level.
And second at EWC for Peter, yeah.
Other teams have really got to be wary of exactly how they're choosing to rotate. And I think that this is a prime opportunity as well for Peterbot and Poyo to essentially control the flow of the lobby.
Yeah, and it's good that he gets to show it off as well, but
Oh, Reed's kind of back in there. 632 above. Jeez. Great surge. As long as we get some meds, we're chilling. Oh, we're still fighting Rise and Yuma.
This time, even with the health at disadvantage, they have the height advantage.
Oh, Vidil Rezone go down.
Yeah, but he could get...
No, unfortunately, no one from the crowd got called up, chat. Laserbeam was even there too, man. I wanted to see like a battle where it's choosing between Laserbeam and Cypher PK.
Make sure that they are as healthy as possible. We even get an opportunity to hear direct how that elimination went down just now for Reed.
Got it. 140, 140.
Nice, I'm getting it.
I'm jumping in. I'm in.
Full box.
You'd pick Laserbeam?
On me.
100 dead.
Ooh.
Nice, bro. Chill now. Chill now.
Nice, Reed. That's what I want to see, baby.
He's like, all right,
Oh,
chill
Cooper,
now,
no.
chill now. Like, let's relax.
It's like it's too crazy.
Yeah, we got it. Really showing us the emotion that happens when a team clashes. Things really.
Hard prize money distributed when they're a sub. If you don't play, you don't get paid.
That was a left side peek through the window edit, and Reed, the fact that he's able to come out on top for that one.
I think that's a problem he's got. We've seen him actually
Nice,
get
Cooper.
punished for that.
Subs get paid if they play, yeah.
South side here, zone's pulling far north.
So chat, like people who don't play get nothing, and the sub gets everything. Like,
later. This is where strategy really comes into play.
that's how Comp Fortnite's always been.
Drop in the damage threshold though. 515 above, immediately chopped to 189. It's evident that everyone's
That's
kind
dumb.
of
Not really.
here.
What?
Janice, Pixie, fully
You got
aware
paid
of
for
the fact that they now
qualifying.
have duo
Like, how else would it work? You got money for your qualification, like when you came like 4th or whatever in FNCS. But if you don't play, you don't get paid for the event you didn't play in. Like, what?
But Andalex immediately 180 upon Pixie. Gonna
Ooh.
be there for the supportive cover. Now it's all up
Bro,
to
Andalex and Sato
to keep
struggling.
his duo's hopes alive, and Sato comes
Damn.
through.
What's up with the North zones right now, eh?
And honestly, it was
What is up with the North